Hey guys, this is mgswarrior2. I have a random Pokemon Showdown battle against Sabodew. He led off with Azelf, I led off with Amoonguss. He switched into his Umbreon, and I switched into my Deoxys Speed. But I didn't want to face a Dark type, so I switched back into my Amoonguss, taking the foul play. It took it decently, and he's going for the Protect now to scout my next move. I decided to go for a Spore, even though I had a feeling Umbreon, it might have synchronized, so if I put it to sleep, my Amoonguss might be put to sleep as well. Now I switch into my Rotom Fan, and I burn it with Will-O-Wisp. He goes for the foul play, breaking my Air Balloon. Why they put Air Balloon on this Rotom Fan, I don't even know. I go for the Air Slash. He's gonna use his Heal Bell to cure his burn status, and that is annoying. So I go for the Will-O-Wisp once more. He goes for the Wish, maybe to pass it on to a teammate. I got a crit Air Slash. That was pretty nice, but he has his wish come true, which took away the crit. So I switch into my Arcanine, thinking that leaving Rotom Fan in is pointless. So I did get the Intimidate off, so his foul play didn't do as much to my Arcanine. I recover his health with Morning Sun, and he goes for the foul play, still doing a decent chunk to Arcanine. Now I go for the Will-O-Wisp, trying to force his hand to use waste to turn using Heal Bell. He goes for foul play. And of course it's weakened after the Intimidate and the burn, and I recover off more health with Morning Sun. He sets another wish up. Now he switches into his Sheer Force Nidoking. That was a nice play for him, taking the close combat. I don't know if he was predicting that or not, but Nidoking got the wish, and I switch into my Latios as he sets up his Stealth Rocks, because he knows I have an Arcanine that's weak against Stealth Rocks. So I use Defog so I can clear the area and of all the Stealth Rocks, so that my Arcanine can come in without any Stealth Rock hazards to worry about. He goes for Heal Bell, and now he brings in his Exploud. Go for the Flare Blitz on it. I got the burn. And now I switch out here to Rotom Fan as my death fodder to the Boom Burst. And now that I think about it, I think I should have stayed in with my Arcanine because I forgot how slow Exploud was. Now he brings in his Wish Cache. Got a crit close combat on that, and that is pretty nice. Now I predict him to set up a Dragon Dance, so I just use Will-O-Wisp, and that's a nice play for me because he did go for the Dragon Dance, expecting me to switch out right away. So now I switch into my Latios because it's Scarfed, and even after 2 Dragon Dances, I know my Latios can still outspeed. Go for the Dragon Pulse, and that is a smart play for me to finish the Wish Cache, stop it from trying to sweep my team. Now he switches into his Azelf. I go into my Deoxys Speed. I don't even know what I was thinking. Got 1-hit KO'd by the knockoff. And now I switch into my Amoonguss. He switched into his Exploud. That was a nice play for him because I guess he was predicting the Spore, but since Exploud already has a burn, a status on it, it can't be put to sleep. So I just finish it with a Clear Smog after taking a bunch from Boom Burst. So he brings back in his Azelf, and again, I didn't know what I was thinking here. He went for the Zen Headbutt. That stab's super effective on Amoonguss. So I think I made this battle a lot harder for myself than it had to be, because I pretty much wasted my Deoxys Speed and Amoonguss. He switched into his Pyroar to take my Arcanine's Will-O-Wisp, which is a nice play for him. I was worried that Pyroar might have Flash Fire, but it didn't. So that was relief there. So he switches into an Umbreon to take my Magcargo's Earth Power. Now I went for the Lava Plume as he wished up. So he went for foul play. Since my Macargo has flame body, Umbreon burned itself from because whenever you use a contact move on Macargo, you have a chance of getting burned. So he sets up another wish. I go for the recover. So we're basically just trying to stall each other out. So I switch into my Arcanine because I really want to take out this Umbreon with close combat. He went for the Heal Bell to cure his burn. Now he switches into his Pyroar as I recover off more health with Morning Sun. Switch into my Macargo again because I know at times for resist Fire Blast. So now he switches into his Nidoking, taking the Earth Power. It's super effective. I don't want to take Nidoking's Earth Power because it's times 4 super effective on Macargo, so I switch into my Latios because I know it has Levitate. I go for the Surf, but he switches into his Umbreon, who could take special attacks really well. So I go back into my Arcanine, get the Intimidate off to lower his attack, so Foul Play won't do that much damage. So this battle is a lot of switching. It's a pretty long battle. So I go and use Morning Sun. He went for the Fire Blast. Arcanine resist that, of course. I think I forgot for a little while that Pyroar was part normal. So I finally went for the close combat and it's super effective. And now I switch back into my Macargo to take a Fire Blast because it takes it a little better than Arcanine does. And Macargo recovered. So it's pretty nice having 2 fire Pokemon that can heal their HP. So I went for Lava Plume, got the crit and the burn on Umbreon, which is really convenient. Now he switches, goes into his Nidoking again. I switch as well to go into my Arcanine. There's, like I said, a lot of switching here, which is just trying to outsmart and outpredict each other. So I go into my Latios. He sets up his Stealth Rock again. Switches back out to his Azelf. I go for the Trick here, but I tricked the wrong Pokemon. I ended up getting a Choice Band off of Azelf. So that trick kind of backfired. But at least his Azelf won't be doing too much damage with knockoff. So I go for the Morning Sun because Arcanine's getting low on health. And his Pyroar went for Fire Blast. I could take those, not too worried about that. So I decided to just finish off the Pyroar with the close combat because it's super effective. That was a good play for me. Now we're even at 3 Pokemon each. Now he brings in his Azelf again. I went to my Macargo. He went for the Zen Headbutt. It did a decent chunk. He missed the next Zen Headbutt. I decided to go for a Recover because I need to get my HP back up as high as I could if I'm going to survive this battle. So I switched back into an Arcanine. It took Stealth Rock's damage coming in and took the Zen Headbutt. So that was probably not a good switch in for me. I think I kind of over switched there. So Macargo, I went for the Recover on it. Now Umbreon goes for Wish. So I really want to take out this Umbreon as fast as I could before it gets any more recovery from Wish. But he does show the Protect, so I can't touch it while it receives the Wish. So that's pretty annoying, but that's also smart on his part. He Heal Bells to recover the burn again. I go for Earth Power, I think, trying to go for a Special Defense drop. So he tries to Wish again. I go for a Lava Plume, trying to go for a burn. I didn't get it that time. He Foul Plays. Doesn't do a whole lot because Macargo is physically bulky. He did receive his Wish. So he wishes again. I went for Lava Plume. Lava Plume burned Umbreon. So I really want Umbreon to have the burn on it. So I go for Lava Plume. He switches into his Nidoking, who takes the burn, but it took the Wish. So I bring back in my Latios because I know that he might try to Earth Power, but he went for the Thunderbolt. I was worried this whole time that his Nidoking might have Ice Beam, but I'm glad it didn't. So I go for the trick now, and I ended up tricking a Choice Band on his Umbreon, as my Latios got the leftovers. He sets up a Wish here, and he goes back into his Nidoking as I Lava Plume that. But his Nidoking receives another Wish, so it's healthy again, somewhat, but it does have the burn. So I know he's going for another Earth Power, so Latios can take that because it's immune to ground. So I go for the Surf here, try to finish his Nidoking. He just goes for a T-Bolt. I guess that's all he can do. He has no other moves that can really hurt Latios, I think. So the burn takes down the Nidoking. Now he's down to his Azelf and Umbreon. He brings in his Azelf. I bring in Macargo. He goes for knockoff, but that cost him because he got burned. So he switches back into Umbreon. I guess he wants to heal Bell, or I don't know. Yeah, he did go for the heal Bell because he didn't want to burn on any of his Pokemon. So I Lava Plume, finally finish off the Umbreon, which is the pain in the butt the whole battle. He misses a Zen Headbutt here. I recover off. So he misses another Zen Headbutt, which is really good for me. I use Lava Plume, got another burn. So I got pretty lucky with the burn hacks at the end of this battle. That pretty much was my saving grace here. So I finished the Azelf with the Lava Plume, and that's a good game to Sabodew. It was a really long and drag out battle, but he was a pretty good opponent for me. And we were just really going at it back and forth, seesaw battle. We were just trying to outsmart each other. It really took a lot of thinking for me to try to win this battle in the end, but I'm glad I came out on top thanks to some luck with burn hacks. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this Pokemon Showdown battle. This was a random battle against Sabodew. Comment, like, sub, and see you guys next time.